morning, gladiators. We who are about to play salute you. Hey, everybody. It is the end of the Easter long weekend, and I've really been keen to get down and play some games after a pretty busy few days with the Sword and Sandals Classic Collection, which is doing really well. I'm going to do a video on that later today. But I have a free half an hour or so it's time to check out Divinity 2 Original Sin by Larian Studios. And this is a game that I bought on Steam a little while ago, and I played a little bit of, maybe 8 hours actually, a fair bit, maybe about 2 years ago, and I thought this was amazing. So I can't wait to show you guys why it's so good and why I think this game is basically the modern day Ultima. If you like Ultima games, you're gonna love this one. Without further ado, let's jump into Divinity 2. So this is the Divinity 2 Original Sin. Beautiful looking game, and it's all it's a bird's eye view game, but it's all 3D models and beautiful particles and reflections and shadows. This is the definitive edition, and I'm not actually sure what that does, because when I bought this game, it was just the classic edition, and they've since upgraded it to definitive edition, so it's kind of cool. So I'm not sure what the extra stuff is. I bought this game just before my son was born. I had a few weeks to sit down and play some games before that took over my life, and I bought this game, and no joke, I spent about 8 straight hours playing it. I really got into it, so I got past the prologue and halfway through the first chapter before my son was born, and I haven't been back to it. But my save game has since gone, so we'll create a new character. There's different sort of game settings, you know, different challenges and so on. I prefer easy games these days just because I don't have that much time. I find more difficult games are a little bit more about, you know, characters have more health and they become what's called a bullet sponge. You know, they take more bullets to kill, and I just don't have time for that. I'm happy to kind of just tell me the story. The exception to that, of course, is Dark Souls. So define your character. Now you can be one of these pre-made characters, but these guys end up being in your party if you so choose. So we're not going to choose one of them. We're going to create our own custom character quickly. We'll just go with a boring human because I don't mind humans. His appearance, we will call him Wolfgang. Lots of different hairstyles to choose from. The character models are outstanding, they really are. Let's give him facial features. Some good looking beards. Let's give him some stubble. Oh, that's a cool beard actually. We'll give him that one.
I'm ready. Nice try.
Warrior. Okay. And you can sort of set their are they a witch or a wizard, battle mage, cleric. Cleric's pretty cool actually. I like to look at that. Let's go with a cleric. Tons and tons of things to customize your character with, all these interesting skills and stats. If you're into role-playing games that are deep, this is absolutely one of them. You can even choose the music that plays when you go into battle and so if I put cello or the tambura, sounds a bit like a mandolin, and when your combat begins it plays your instrument, that kind of thing. Alright, let's go with that character anyway. He's pretty cool. Tags? What tags do I know? Alright, he's a outlaw soldier. That'll do. And that defines how people interact with you, and that's pretty amazing. We'll skip the introduction. So people, if you're an outlaw, people are a bit more wary of you. If you're a soldier and you talk to other soldiers, they'll be a bit more respectful, that kind of thing. There's a lot of dialogue in this game, and we're going to skip most of the dialogue because it can be boring to read on video. What does this remind you of? To me, the first thing I thought when I saw this was Baldur's Gate. It has that same bird's eye view, you know, camera up here. But the cool thing about it is you can rotate the camera like that. So from every angle, you can see what's going on, and it looks beautiful. Even when you zoom in, role-playing games have come a long way. This is a really easy game to interact around with things. You basically just mouse over it, point and click to go where you want to go. Anything that you can interact with has a little golden thing. What does that remind you of? That chest is straight out of something like Ultima, and I think they've done that as a nod to Ultima. Certainly Ultima 6 and 7 had that, and it's very cool, and that was one of the first things that drew me to the game. We can go around, we can look in these chests, see if there's anything. We'll skip the tutorials. Grab some gold. You can see your inventory by having a look at what's there. You got a backpack, got a water balloon. But we actually want to go through here. Oh, it's locked. Maybe it's the other side. You start off on a prison ship. You're a prisoner bound for somewhere. But we're going to climb the ladder, actually. That's what we'll do. Leave the tutorial deck. We don't really need that.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper.
Someone to chat to.
Looks like there you are. Not in the meantime, you'll find him on the
We'll say goodbye. There is a complicated and in-depth story for those who are interested in following along, and I suggest that you do if you buy this game. The story is pretty cool. I've only played the first chapter and a half, but I really had fun with it. Don't pick that book up or they'll kill you. Open the door. There's a murder mystery going on in here, as that guy just told us. So you can go over there and you can kind of look and say, that's not yours. Alright, I won't do that. But you can chat to the Magister and...
A bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
The narrator is a common and recurring part of the story, and he does a brilliant job of sort of, narrating what's going on around you. It's a really nice touch. It makes it feel like a storybook. You can kind of do one of these things: peer into the room, ask what happened, avoid looking around the room. Let's take our leave. We don't need to worry about that for now, because we're not going to do that much in this session. Obviously not going to get that far through the game. I just wanted to show you a little bit about it, because it's a wonderful, wonderful game. There's lots of different passages. This is a girl that actually will join you, this elf, if you wish, later on. Ask, can I join you? No, not right now.
deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
I could lick your arm and tell you how
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of...
Ah.
you were.
So she's like a fortune teller kind of thing.
Of course it is, but don't you? I don't lick and tell. Don't worry.
She looks you up.
Never say.
All right. But we'll see her again when, spoiler, the ship sinks and we end up on an island. Same with these other characters. This dwarf called Beast, this lizard man called the Red Wizard, and or the Red Priest, the Red Prince, and not that Gil character, but this guy over here, Ifan Ben Mezid. He can join you as well. You chat to these characters and you can interact with them. Grab some gold. We'll have a quick chat to him.
A scruffy man lounges, rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning. The man named Ifan...
That's it. Off you.
So, we're prisoners and these guys really don't want us around. I'm gonna do something funny here if I can find it. Grab a bedroll because you want to be able to have a sleep later. That's what I wanted to do. Grab the bucket. Now, you can wear a bucket on your head. There we go. We're a bucket head now. We have more armor, but we can't really see very well. That's pretty fun.
It's a Magister, sir. You faring okay so far? Glad to you head on.
Okay, so hit in and we'll have a chat to these guys. And now we see the first taste of action.
In the center of the room, you spot a saucer.
There's a wizard here being interrogated by some soldiers.
She turns her...
There are others who.
You there, sorcerer. Don't affect Magister still.
No,
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Alright, watch this.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Really cool voice acting in this game as well. Now we can watch some combat. We're not going to be taking part in this combat. And the combat won't go for very long. Because she killed them all. But combat is it's like a real-time slash turn-based affair. A little bit like XCOM in that you have movement points and so on. But they move around. And different surfaces can affect you. So if you slip in blood, you're wet, and then lightning can hurt you, and stuff gets on fire. It's really interactive. And there's wonderful details in this game, like the lightning over there and so on. Let's loot these guys. We've got an improvised wand, that's cool. Got some cash. It's still burning, so you don't want to... Let's take that bucket off our head because it's a bit ridiculous. How can I be a powerful character with a bucket on my head? I'd like to use that wand. There we go. I've got a wand now. You can see it glowing. It's one of those games that you just want to go around opening things, you know, finding loot. At least I did anyway. A lot like Skyrim and that kind of thing. You spend so much time just, you know, enjoying the the thievery aspect. So everything's on fire and things are about to go bad, but we can use this bucket to put out the water. How cool is that? Very interactive. There's a doggy. Hey, good dog. Arrgh. Howl. Dog's freaking out a little bit because of the rain. Yeah, I mean this, I feel like, you know, it, as I said before, is the modern Ultima. I mean, I know there was an Ultima game, Shroud of the Avatar, made, but I prefer this to that. It feels so much more like Ultima. Slash Baldur's Gate, which is the classic Infinity Engine game from Black Isle, or it's a BioWare, one of those guys. It is heavily inspired by those games, but very much its own universe. And of course, this is a sequel to Divinity 1, which I didn't play, but you know, one day I'd like to. Open the door. Can't open that. We want to get to the surface, but not before looting some things. Oh yeah, this is a undead character who can actually join us later.
The skeleton groans and I know you're. Do you look at no? Whereas you
It's cool. You can
skeleton resumes his search.
hire these guys later. Well, not hire them, but they'll join your party, and they have. Whoa, we're on fire. Better put that out. Door is locked. I need a lockpick or something. I can't remember how to open that. Do I have a lockpick? No lockpick. But we want to basically get up to the deck because the ship is going to go down. What's down there? Did we come down from there? We did actually. It's been, yeah, a year and a half since I played the tutorial, and I can't remember what I got to do. But I know there is. Oh, we took a painting. Kleptomania is real in this game, very real. Let's wander down. Those guys. Oh, maybe here's the. Did I miss a key that he had? One of these guys will have a key.
The moment you touch the.
Oh, a bow, that's cool. We'll use that bow for sure. Only the dog could tell us what to do. How do you pick the lock? Attack. Maybe we can attack the door. Oh yeah, the door has health. That's cool. We can attack it. Not the most heroic way to continue our adventure, but the door has been knocked down. So there's a battle about to happen now. We can take these guys on.
He eyes the collar circling your neck.
Another sorcerer.
He leaps to attention.
Alright, so we're going to first battle here. Enemy turn. He's running towards us. He might not get there. We can use our wand. We got some powers here as well, so... Restoration, Decaying Touch. Let's try Decaying Touch. Don't have the range for that. What about that one? See these little circles? You can kind of... So that did 12 damage. That was cool. And we've still got some points left. So we try... What about our... What other weapons do we have? Encourage... Try that again. Ah, he's too close. Not far enough. What about just regular attack? Just attack him. So he's still alive. And we've run out of movement points, so we're going to run back here. Oh. Did a bit of damage to us. Let's attack him again. The combat is really intricate and detailed, and it's you can use the tactical advantage of your surroundings. If things are wet, you can lightning bolt them. It's one of the most detailed turn-based combat systems I've ever seen, and it's very intuitive once you figure out a few little of the nuances of it, which I've kind of forgotten many of them. So going to try and we go over here. Oh, we hit some damage. We'll probably survive this because unless that dog attacks us. Is he on our side? Oh, piss off. Oh, dog. Come on. Come on, buddy. I gave you a pat before. One more hitting him. We've got a healing potion, which we may have to use. He's been taken down, and let us turn our wrath upon the dog. You did bring this upon yourself, Hound. They got a lot of health. Let's restore our vitality. Keep ourselves alive. This dog may be the end of me. That would be very frustrating because I wanted to get a little bit further in the game. I think we'll get there. But you know it's going to be close. What do we got? Sucker Punch. Oh, probably next hit wins, I think. There we go. Bad dog. Bad dog. Let's loot the dog. He's got some rumpy law giblets. Yuck. We'll take that. We might cook that later. It's terrible. These guys got any armor we can wear? No? Nothing good? Disappointing. Anything in the chest? A shiv? Identifying magnifying glass? Again, so much treasure and things to loot. Can have a little rest in the chair. So one really cool thing about this game is you can play this multiplayer with a friend, either split screen, I think. Don't quote me on that. Or remotely, and it splits the screen so you can see each other and what's going on. It's really, really well done. And I played this with a good buddy of mine, John Stayscale, when the game first came out, and we had a good time with it. It as far as these sort of turn-based games go, it sometimes isn't that practical to do, but it actually handled it really well. All right, so let us out of that chair. Is there anything here we had to pick up? I can't remember. A letter to read. Again, tons of lore and things to read and do, and it is a wonderfully detailed game. But I feel like let's go back down here. See if we missed anything. Try and wake this guy up. Get up, mister.
What?
Get up.
The lizard's eyes closed.
Right, so everyone's fallen unconscious, and we have to find a way off the ship. But I feel like that's it for now, because unfortunately I really have to get on with my day and actually do some work. But I just wanted to give you a little taste of Divinity. It's probably something I'll come back to on Games Gladiator, because once you get past that prison ship, the rest of the game is beautiful looking, and you start off on this island with beautiful water and everything. So we'll probably continue this in a part 2 in a future video once I find my way out of there. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.